Hello everyone, welcome to our video report. Today, we will be discussing about the global issues that concern schools in society. By the end of this lesson, you will be able to identify the global issues that concern schools in society, appreciate the importance of addressing the global issues, list at least 3 global issues discussed in the lesson, and lastly is to demonstrate awareness of global issues. Let's start by talking about globalization. Globalization means that the world is interconnected. What happens in one country can affect other countries, including our schools and communities. As a member of a global society, it is important for us to understand our role as responsible citizens. Now, let's compare these two sources that list the top global issues in the world today. The first is from the World Economic Forum Global Shapers Survey 2017. Their list includes climate change or destruction of nature, large-scale conflicts or wars, inequality, poverty, religious conflict, government accountability or corruption, food and water security, lack of education, safety, security and well-being, lack of economic opportunity, and employment. Now the second source is the Boredom Project. Their list includes climate change, pollution, violence, security and well-being, lack of education, unemployment, government corruption, malnutrition and hunger, substance abuse, and lastly is terrorism. Can you spot the similarities between these two lists? Both include climate change, lack of education, and security or well-being as key issues. Now for the differences, the World Economic Forum emphasizes conflict, economic opportunity, and religious issues, while the Boredom Project highlights pollution, violence, hunger, substance abuse, and terrorism. This shows us that some issues are universal, but others may differ depending on the perspective of the source. After identifying global issues, let's learn about the Sustainable Development Goals or SDGs. The SDGs are 17 goals created by United Nations in 2015 to guide countries in solving major problems like poverty, hunger, inequality, environmental destruction, and other conflicts. Their aim is to create a better and sustainable future for everyone by 2030. SDGs that focus on basic human needs are SDG 1 aims to end poverty in all forms everywhere. SDG 2 Zero Hunger. It focuses on ending hunger and improving food security and nutrition. SDG 3 Good health and well-being. It ensures healthy lives and promotes overall well-being for all ages. SDG 4 Quality education. It ensures inclusive and equitable education and promotes lifelong learning opportunities for everyone. SDG 5 is gender equality. It promotes equal rights and opportunities for men and women. Now, the SDGs that focus on resources and economic development are SDG 6, Clean Water and Sanitation. It ensures access to safe and clean water for everyone. SDG 7, Affordable and Clean Energy. It promotes reliable and modern energy sources. SDG 8, Decent Work and Economic Growth. It creates productive employment and fair income opportunities for all. SDG 9, Industries, Innovation, and Infrastructure. It builds resilient infrastructure and fosters innovation. SDG 10, it reduces inequality. It reduces social and economic inequalities within among countries. Now, the SDGs that focus on protecting the environment are SDG 11, Sustainable Cities and Communities. It promotes safe, resilient, and sustainable living environment. Second is SDG 12, Responsible Consumption and Production. It encourages efficient use of resources and reduction of waste. Next is we have the SDG 13, which is climate action. It focuses on combating climate change and its impact. Next is we have the SDG 14, life below water. It protects ocean, sea, and marine life. And then SDG 15, which is life on land. It protects forest, wildfire, and biodiversity. Lastly is the SDG that focuses on peace and cooperation, which we have two. SDG 16, peace, justice, and strong institution, which promotes justice, peace, and strong governance. Lastly is SDG 17, partnership for the goals. It strengthens cooperation between countries and organizations to achieve all SDGs. With this understanding, we can now see how the SDGs provide solution to the top global issues that we will discuss later.
Today, the world is facing many problems that affect people, communities, and even schools. It is important to understand these issues so we can find solutions for a better future. So, in this discussion, I will talk about the top 10 global issues and how they can be addressed through the Sustainable Development Goals or the SDGs. So, the first one is climate change, no? Ito ay ang tuloy-tuloy na pag-init o pagbabago ng klima ng mundo dahil sa sobrang greenhouse gases mula sa mga pabrika, sasakyan at iba pang gawaing pantao. Alam niyo ba noong 2022 nagkaroon ng heatwave sa Europe na nagdulot ng maraming sunog sa kagubatan at kakulangan sa tubig. So how it can be addressed? Reduce greenhouse gas emissions. So as a student, no, instead na sumakay, if malapit lang ang school mo, ay maaari kang maglakad. At sa tuwing aalis mula sa tahanan, dorm or sa cottage, patayin ang mga ilaw or i-unplug ang mga appliances na hindi ginagamit. And then promote environmental education. No, engage or teach other people how to take care of our environment. And encourage sustainable practices. Laging magdala ng reusable or eco bag pag may bibilhin. So SDGs that can be applied ay ang SDG 13, climate change action. This goal focuses on taking urgent action to combat climate change and its impact by promoting environmental protection and sustainable practices. So pangalawa ay ang pollution. So, ito ay kontaminasyon o pagpasok ng mga mapinsala o nakakalason o hindi ka nais-nais na bagay sa likas na kapaligiran na maaring sa hangin, usok, at sa hangin, tubig at lupa. So anong magiging epekto nito? Nagdudulot ito ng sakit, particularly sa taos, lalo na sa baga, cancer at pagkasira din ng ecosystem, and it can cause climate change. So how it can be addressed? Proper waste management, no? Ihiwalay ang mga basura at ilimitahan ang paggamit ng plastic. Tapos, environmental protection policies. Susunod ka sa mga patakaran and community clean-up efforts. So, makilhaw ka sa clean-up drive ng school or sa community. So, SDGs that can be applied is the SDG 12, Responsible Consumption and Production. So, this goal encourages sustainable use of resources and reducing waste in order to protect the environment. Pangatlo ay ang violence is the use of physical force, threats, or harmful actions to control or hurt others. It can occur in homes, communities, and schools. So, maaring mangyari ang karahasan sa iba't ibang lugar tulad ng komunidad, paaralan, tahanan, at kahit sa mga pampublikong lugar. So, halimbawa nito ay mga away sa komunidad, diskriminasyon sa isang grupo, at sexual harassment sa kalsada. So, may iba't ibang uri ng karahasan. Ang physical violence, ito ay ang intentional use of force causing injury or harm. So ito ay nangyayari kapag gumagamit ng katawan o bagay upang saktan o kontrolin ang isang tao. So halimbawa, pambubugbog o pananakit. And sexual violence, any unwanted sexual act without consent. So ito ay kapag ang isang tao no ay pinipilit na gumawa ng sexual na gawain kahit ayaw niya. So halimbawa, sexual harassment at rape. Emotional violence, actions that damage self-esteem through insult or humiliation. So, ito ay kapag ang isang tao ay pinapahiya, iniinsulto o pinaparamdam na wala siyang halaga. So, halimbawa, pang-iinsulto, panlalait o bullying. Madalas yan nangyayari sa school, sa mga kabataan. And psychological violence, behaviors that cause fear or mental distress. So ito ay kapag gumagamit ng pagbabanta o pananakit upang kontrolin ang isang tao. And spiritual violence, forcing or restricting religious beliefs or practices. So ito ay nangyayari kapag ginagamit ang relihiyon o paniniwala ng isang tao upang manipulahin o kontrolin siya. And lastly, ang cultural violence, harmful practices or discrimination based on culture or tradition. So, ito ay nangyayari kapag nasasaktan o nadidiscriminate ang isang tao dahil sa kanyang kultura, tradisyon o relihiyon. So, how it can be addressed, no? Promote education, strengthen human rights awareness, enforce laws and protection systems. So SDGs that can be applied ay ang SDG 16, which is peace, justice, and strong institution. So this goal promotes peaceful societies, justice for all, and strong institutions that protects people's rights. So, ang SDG 16 ay nagtataguyod ng kapayapaan, katarungan at matatag na institusyon sa lipunan. Layunin kasi nitong bawasan ang karahasan sa pamamagitan ng pagpapataguyod ng batas, pagprotekta sa karapatang pantao at pagpapalakas ng mga institusyon na nagtatanggol sa kaligtasan ng bawat isa. Pang-apat ay ang security and well-being. Refer to the safety, stability, and overall quality of life of individuals and communities. So, ang security and well-being ay tumutukoy sa kaligtasan at maayos na pamumuhay ng mga tao sa isang komunidad. Kapag may seguridad, mas magiging payapa at maayos ang lipunan. Ang United Nations ay isang halimbawa ng organisasyon na tumutulong sa iba't ibang bansa upang mapanatili ang kapayapaan at kaligtasan ng mga tao sa buong mundo. How it can be addressed? Strengthen institutions, palakasin ang mga institusyon, promote community cooperation, no? Hikayatin ang pagtutulungan ng mga komunidad, and improve social protection programs. So, pagbutihin ang mga social protection programs. Yes. SDGs that can be applied ay ang SDG 3, good health and well-being. This goal focuses on ensuring healthy lives and promoting well-being for people of all ages. So, ang SDG 3 no, ay nakatuon sa pagtiyak ng kalusugan at maayos na pamumuhay ng lahat ng tao sa pamamagitan ng pagpapabuti ng health services, social protection at community support, napapabuti ang seguridad at kalidad ng buhay ng mga individual at komunidad.
Good day, everyone. I am Jabbar Habiba. So, I will continue the discussion of top 10 global issues and how they can be addressed and their connection to SDGs. So, number 5 is lack of education. Lack of education means that many people or children do not have access to good and inclusive learning opportunities. Nangyayari to because of poverty and distance from school and also lack of teachers and materials. For example, is children from remote area, they cannot go to school because there are no nearby school or they cannot afford to go to schools. So, paano natin to matutugunan or how can it be addressed? Number one is ensure equitable access to education, where every children should have the opportunity to go to school, whether they are poor or rich. For example, government can build a school in the community where there is no school. So the student or the children can learn or can go to school. Number two is provide learning resources. Of course, students need books, classrooms, teachers, and school supplies. And number three is support educational programs. Program like scholarship and free education help students continue their studies. Stages that can be applied is SDG number 4, which is the quality education. This goal aims to ensure inclusive and equitable quality education and promotes lifelong learning opportunities for everyone. So, number 6 is unemployment. So, alam naman natin lahat kung ano ang unemployment, right? So, unemployment is happen when people or happen when people willing to work or who want to work but cannot find a job. For example, is a graduate finishes school but cannot find employment because there is no job opportunities. So how can we address how it can be addressed or paano natin ito matutugunan? Number one is skill training program. Skill training program, people can attend training to learn skills that are needed in jobs. For example, is training center. They teaches computer skills and carpentry to the people so they can find a job. So number three is job creation policies. The, go- the government create program that encourage companies to hire more employees. SDGs that can be applied is SDGs number 8, which is the decent work and economic growth. This goal promotes sustainable economic growth, productive employment, and decent work for all. Number 7 is government corruption. Government corruption happen when people or politicians misuse their power or position for their personal benefits such as taking bribery, favoritisms, and taking government funds. So, how it can be addressed or paano natin ito matutugunan? So, number one is transparency. Government actions and spending should be open to public. For example, government publishes how public funds are used so people can know where the money goes. So, number two is accountability. So officials must take responsibility for their actions. Number three is strong governance system. Clear rules and strong institutions help prevent corruptions. So, stages that can be applied is SDG number 16, which is the peace, justice, and strong institutions. This goal aims to build transparent institutions, and reduce corruption in society. Number 8 is malnutrition and hunger. Malnutrition is where people do not get enough nutrients from food, while hunger is people don't get enough foods. So how can we address it, or how it can be addressed, or paano natin ito matutugunan? So the first one is poverty reduction program, helping families earn their income that allows them to get enough foods. Number two is food security initiatives. So communities can have programs to make sure food is available. For example, is school nung elementary, mayroon silang program na school feeding program. Number three is agricultural development. Improving farming helps produce more food. So stages that can be applied is stage number two, which is the zero hunger. This goal aims to end hunger and achieve food security and improve nutrition worldwide. So let's move on to the number 9, which is the substance abuse. So substance abuse is the harmful use of drugs or alcohol that dangers a person health, behavior, and relationship. So how it can be addressed? Number 1 is awareness campaign, which is educating people about the dangerous effect of drugs and alcohol. For example, is school conduct seminar from conduct seminar for about harmful effect of drugs and alcohol to prevent student from trying it. Number 2 is prevention programs, activities that help people avoid substance abuse. Number 3 is rehabilitation service. So, people who struggle with substance abuse can receive treatment and support. And the stages that can be applied is SDG number 3, which is the good health and well-being. This goal promotes health programs that help prevent and treat substance abuse. These goals promote health programs that help prevent and treat substance abuse. So the last one is terrorism, which is refers to violent acts. One is terrorism. Terrorism refers to violent acts intended to create fear, panic, instability in society, often targeting civilians to influence government or communities. So, how it can be addressed, or paano natin ito matutugunan? So, the first one is threaten security measures. Government improve security to protect people. Number 2 is promote peace and justice. Encouraging dialogue and fairness can reduce conflict. Number 3 is address root causes of conflict, with solving problem like poverty and discrimination can reduce violence. So stages that can be applied is SDG 16, which is peace, justice, and strong institutions. This goal promotes peaceful societies and strong institutions that protect citizens. So, global issues and education. Global issues affect not only countries but also schools and communities. Because of this problem, education become very important. Schools help students understand global issues such as climate change, poverty, and conflict. Through education, learners develop awareness, good values, and skill that can help solve these problems. Many of the Sustainable Development Goals or SDGs are also included in school programs and policies to help promote sustainable development and a better future. The next one is conclusion. Global issues like climate change, violence, poverty, and employment, corruption, and lack of education affect many people around the world. This problem cannot be solved by one country alone. They require cooperation, of course, from government, communities, and people or individuals. Through education and sustainable development efforts, societies can work together to find long term solutions and create a better future for everyone. The generalization of our topic is that we learned that global issues are problems that affect many people around the world. Some examples are climate change, poverty, hunger, and violence, and also unemployment, corruption, and lack of education. This problem affect communities, the environment, and people's lives. We also learn about the Sustainable Development Goals or SDGs, which are goals created to help solve the global problems. Education helps people become aware of these issues and encourages them to take action to improve society.